hopefully the audio is okay. Today is December, it's the 25th, so Merry Christmas to those of you who do anything. So I'm trying to get back into the habit of making a little bit of art kind of every day and not taking it super seriously. There's no reason to put such high stakes on myself. So for today, I just wanted to take a bit of time and deal with this. I'm not going to reorganize because I do that every single time, and I did it in October or whatever, and I've since it's been so long since I've painted properly that I've pretty much forgotten where everything is. So I just want to get reacquainted with that because I feel like I didn't even get a chance to try out whether that system worked for me. So there's no point in reorganizing it. So I have a handful of things that a handful of little things, I should clarify. The other day I did this. I'm not sure how in focus it'll be, but hopefully it's okay. I did this sketch the other day, the red, and I really hated it. Something about the face, I feel like so many of the faces that I draw these days just look exactly the same, and it's annoying me. But I wanted to cover it up, but at the same time, I think it's important for me to it's important for me to let myself have ugly sketches in here. So what I actually did, I went over some of the clothing in gouache and just painted bits and pieces here. But I really like actually the way I did the fabric here. So I'm thinking I did some sketches this morning, and I'd like to do some clothing studies. This one, I don't know how visible they'll be, but if I end up doing them, you'll see some footage of it. Yeah, that's kind of the main goal for the next couple days, is just to do a little bit of progress on that, because I think it'll be, well, first, it's something that I've been wanting to study for a long time, is clothing and fabric. And second, I think it's a nice little baby step to ease me back into the bigger projects. So that's kind of the main thing on my mind right now. And like I said, I've also got a bunch of little things. So this travel journal, I literally have this one page left. I did this a few days ago, and I just want to finish it off. I don't know exactly what I want to do with it. Maybe a little beach rock landscape thing is what I had in mind. But I'd like to do a little bit more on this and then just be done with it forever. That would be nice. I kind of just want to play around with some watercolors, so I'll probably do that in here. Or in this guy. A while back I got this tester paper, and I'd like to test it out. Again, trying not to take anything too seriously. For some reason, the idea of painting something in this is daunting to me, and I don't know why. It doesn't make sense, because it's a tiny little baby sketchbook. It can't hurt me, and yet I'm making a fuss out of it. There's a couple things stacked back there. I put them back there because it scared me to look at them. I am nothing but a puppet for my anxiety. So back there I've got Early Bird, the first panel. I don't know if I'll get to that. Frankly, I don't think I should set up any expectations for myself. I've got the skull painting for the trading card series I've been working on. Then I've got the snakeskin. I don't have a title for it. I've just been calling it snakeskin. That one, in my larger watercolor journal, and I would like to finish that if I can, but at the same time, I really want to make sure that I'm not rushing into it and I'm taking the time to render out all the details properly. What else? Marker paper there. Would like to do some marker stuff. Got the cloud painting back there that I keep forgetting about. So maybe we'll do some of that. I don't know if I'm feeling supplies that will make a big mess, like gouache and stuff. That said, I do want to do these clothing studies in gouache, so we'll see. Oh, I heard a door opening. Yeah. But I think I'm just gonna start off by clearing this stuff off the desk and wiping down my desk. It's covered in dust and it's nasty. And it's also pretty bad for my allergies, so I'm gonna start off there. So I will update you hopefully in a bit. Okay. So I'm back. I don't know how long it took me, like maybe an hour and a half. I did eat lunch though, so that doesn't count for my total time. And also, you can see my hair has dried. It's still a bit wet actually, but it's very fluffy. Yeah. I didn't change too much. I just moved I moved a few things that felt like they were like a little bit too chaotic for my liking right now. And I put the easel, the little desk easel that I've got, I put that over there so that it's outside of my line of vision and it's less likely to stress me out. And I also closed my watercolor journal, which is like not something I usually do if I'm still working on something. I just really I don't know if you can tell, I'm just like shaking. I don't know, I'm really anxious about getting back into painting, and I'm definitely taking it way too seriously right now, and yeah. So what I'd like to do, it was also a little bit weird while I was cleaning up, because I wanted to clean up, but it's like, oh, I want to work on this, so should I put it away fully, or should I keep it out? I settled to kind of just put as much away as I could. Otherwise, like, organization, mental resetting wise, I would like to deal with these. Um, Essentially, these are all like lists of different like projects and ideas and overall subjects that I'd like to study art wise, and then this is kind of just like creative ideation type sketch. Not even sketchbook. It's like a notebook. Plus, I also have my like Notion art page, so I would like to figure out a proper system for separating, like creating lists that are not to-do lists. I think that's a problem that I've been trying to like deal with recently, is that I really enjoy making lists. They help me organize my thoughts and just like expel the chaos into some form of organization, but it's also detrimental to me because sometimes a list doesn't just feel like a list, it feels like a to-do list. And that's something I want to move away from because it's just not productive to me right now. I will update you in a bit. Hopefully, I might do some clips here and there of painting, but I kind of just want to relax today. So I'm gonna go make myself some tea and put out some videos and maybe some music, and that'll be that. And I'll check in if I want to check in later today. Otherwise, I will see you. I'm thinking to try and record a little bit every single day for the rest of the week, just so I have something to put together for December's art vlog. I feel like I'm gonna look back at this and be like, I can see visible anxiety right now. Because when I was listening back to the audio for my November video, I'm like, I can hear the anxiety and the sadness. Like, it wasn't sad per se, but it's just like, is she laughing or is she crying? Is she okay? Yeah, it's a little weird, a little awkward. So right now it's 6:20 p.m. I've been kind of just sitting here vibing for a couple hours. So I did this, just finished it off nice and simple. Nothing too complicated, just trying to remember how to use watercolors. But this is done. The sketchbook is done, and I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with this work that I've done in it, and I'm done with it, and that's what matters right now. I also took some time just to reacquaint myself with gouache. I just watched some videos, and I got back into, I don't want to say got back into, that's not the right phrase. I just looked up like 1 or 2 references of button-up shirts, and I've just been kind of playing around with the fluidity of folds, and what I'd like to do coming up is figure out how to balance like the fluidity and artistic interpretation of it along with like the sharpness and the realism of it. So just figuring out how I want to draw folds in a way that reflects both what reality is and my and brings me joy to paint, because this type of big floofy fold isn't really realistic for a button-up shirt, like that material, but it's fun. I did get a little sidetracked and I started clearing out one of my porcelain palettes, which had my last of my Quin Gold and Ultramarine Blue from Opus. What I wanted to do in the meantime is just deal with these. And then I've got my Notion page up there on my laptop, and I just want to figure out like a better system for me to organize my current projects, current ideas, like idea graveyard. Yeah, because obviously I over the years I've collected a lot of ideas that I just haven't finished and that don't spark a particular interest in me right now, but I think it's good to keep them as reference for the future. Especially right now, because I still feel like there's so much for me to learn in terms of art. I just want to learn. I just want to learn more and figure out what the best way would be for myself to do this for the rest of my life, really. Because I don't necessarily see myself going into an arts career. I'm in graphic design and that field of things, and I'm looking to go into like user research, UX, UI. But I want art to be, kind of a forever hobby of mine. I think it's important for me to study a lot of these things, but also to let myself understand that if I'm not going to try and make it my number one priority, like how can I set the expectations for myself to a reasonable amount, if that makes sense. Like I, as somebody who is probably only able to put a couple hours of art into, a couple hours of my time into making art per day, per week, whatever it is, I'm naturally not going to progress at the same speed as somebody who is putting 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day even, right? And I think that all the art and media that I consume is like people who are hustling and on the grind and living in a different art mindset than me. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense, and I think I should stop talking. So I think what I'll do for the rest of however long is just kind of finagling with lists and such, and maybe some sketching. I kind of just want to sketch. This has been really, really nice to just kind of sit down and concentrate on art stuff for a couple hours. So I probably won't update again tonight, but I'm gonna assume that I'll try to do something tomorrow. Honestly, we'll see where my energy lies. I will see you in the next update, whenever that is. And hopefully this little recording session was in focus, because I didn't check. Peace. As always, I'm doing this with my hair slightly wet. That just seems to be the way that it goes. So today is New Year's Eve. Happy New Year. That's a wrap on this year. It's been really, really interesting. Lots of ups, lots of downs. I always say I'm so excited for the XYZ, and I just kind of am. I'm like a delusional optimist at heart, I think. But it's New Year's Eve, and my parents are out at a party, my sister's out at a friend's house, so it's just me and the cat alone at house. Alone at house, yes, that's a proper sentence. Just me and the cat alone at home, and honestly, I'm down for that. I'm very much a homebody, and kind of the only reason I'm filming this right now, me talking, is because otherwise I think I would want to fall asleep at midnight and skip New Year's. I'm gonna give myself something to do, which is editing this video and editing all the rest of my December clips, because yeah, I'm quite a homebody, I think. I'd like to properly reflect and write down some of my thoughts about how this past year went art-wise. Yeah, I don't know what I want to say. That's what January reflections are for. I worked a little bit more on this one right now, and I'm pretty content with how it's going so far. I would like to finish it soon. Probably not today because I want to be editing, and I kind of want to get this video done before the end of the day, but we'll kind of see. Just because I think it'll annoy me to see January on the like upload date or whatever, and that's the only reason why I'm trying to get this done today. But knowing my track record with misestimating how long editing projects take me, probably won't get done tonight. Ooh, I forgot to put the clock away, so if there's ticking or humming, then apologies. And I think I'll leave it at that and say I'm excited for next year. I would like to make some more focused videos and whatnot next year, maybe longer as in like real life time, so projects that take me longer, and then that way I can sit down and focus on them rather than feeling really chaotic and trying to meet imaginary deadlines. Also, I am wearing the same clothes. These are my pajamas basically right now, so no judgments. I'm sleepy all of a sudden. Who is messaging me? I don't have friends. Probably New Year's messages. And yeah, Happy New Year. I'm always excited for the new year, and we'll see where this art journey takes me. Thank you for watching or listening, or whatever you did, and yeah, see you next year. My little voice crack. See you next year.